Hello， 大家好，欢迎回到外媒看中国，我是安博人。Liar, liar, pants on fire Donald Trump, who has for days claimed to be speaking with President Xi Jinping and said that the two sides are working on a deal, has been exposed by China as fake news. Yesterday, China's Foreign Affairs spokesperson Jiakun said that there are no tariff discussions at all between the two sides, let alone a deal being worked on. But guess what? It hasn't stopped Trump from lying, giving a fascinating response to a US journalist who called him out. Also today, I visited the Shanghai Auto Show to check out the latest Chinese and foreign cars and to chat with some visitors about how they feel about the current tariff war. Plus, I had a VIP look at China's most expensive car. You'll be shocked at how much one of these will set you back. Today, we'll go beyond the propaganda. This is Reports on China. I'm Andy Boreham in Shanghai. Let's get reporting. For a week now, US President Donald Trump has been claiming he's chatting directly with Chinese President Xi Jinping to eke out a deal to end the current tariff war, despite it being clearly obvious to anyone with any idea about China and its culture that what he was saying was literally impossible. Let's take a quick look at where Trump's lies began exactly a week ago.
Do you want to talk directly to President Xi?
I don't want to say that. No. It's just not appropriate.
But you're speaking. Sorry, has he called you directly, President Xi, or reached out to try to facilitate a conversation?
Well, you'd think it was pretty obvious that he has, but we will talk about that soon. It's not that important because, honestly, we're going to have a deal. I believe we're going to have a deal with China. And if we don't, we're going to have a deal anyway because we're going to set a certain target, and that's going to be it.
And from there, Trump's lies just kept on growing. Do you guys remember recently when Trump said publicly that all of the state leaders talking with the US were quote unquote kissing my ass and that they were all begging him for a deal? Let's check that out.
I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my ass. They are dying to make a deal. Please, sir, make a deal. I'll do anything, sir.
Now, it was already not likely at all that Trump would get to chat directly with President Xi Jinping before that shocking display. But afterwards, it became absolutely and unquestionably impossible. That's why it was quite unbelievable to see Trump continually lie to his domestic audience, namely his core MAGA supporters, that he was chatting with President Xi and that a deal was coming soon. Well, good news. China has come out directly to pour cold water on Trump's fallacy. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Jiakun said yesterday, "It's all fake news. As far as I know, China and the United States have not held consultations or negotiations on the tariff issue, let alone reached an agreement. This tariff war was initiated by the United States, and China's attitude is consistent and clear. If you want to fight, we will fight till the end. If you want to talk, the door is open. Dialogue and negotiation must be equal, respectful, and mutually beneficial." To be fair, that's been China's position all along. The US side needs to show respect, treat China as an equal, and ensure any outcome is mutually beneficial before any trade deals will be entered into by Beijing. And a quick tip for Trump and his team: lying about speaking with President Xi is absolutely not respectful and will ensure you remain out in the cold in a trade war that has fast become Trump's undoing and seen him receive massive domestic and international pressure. In terms of China's call for respect, it's becoming more and more apparent that what that means is a complete cancellation of Trump's April 2 tariffs and all additions after that date, before China will even consider coming to the table to talk out a lasting plan. But even being called out as a liar by the Chinese side hasn't stopped Trump spinning his stories to save face with his domestic audience. Check out this exchange after China called him fake news.
Yeah, please.
A question on China. Can you clarify with whom the U.S. is speaking with China? They're saying it's fake news that trade talks are happening.
Well, they had a meeting this morning, so I can't tell you. It doesn't matter who they is. We may reveal it later, but they had meetings this morning, and we've been
meeting with China. And so I think you have, Jeff, as usual, I think you have your reporting wrong.
Honestly, anyone who still has faith in Trump and his master plan after this final nail in the coffin needs to seriously consider getting their head read. Now the Trump administration is facing legal pressure with 12 US states suing him over what they claim are illegal tariffs. New York Attorney General Letitia James, speaking on behalf of the 12, said, Congress has not granted the president the authority to impose these tariffs, and therefore the administration violated the law by imposing them through executive orders, social media posts, and agency orders. Interesting. Let's see how that pans out. But for now, let's move along to something a bit more fun, the 21st Shanghai Auto Show, which I checked out yesterday. You might be able to tell I'm driving my car at the moment. I thought I'd take you guys outside for a little bit today. We're heading to the 21st Shanghai Auto Show. Now, I don't drive my car on the daily, so it's a good excuse to get out and go for a drive. It's about 25 kilometers from where I live. Anyway, I'm driving my Chinese EV, which I bought last year, which I absolutely love. This isn't an ad, so I'm not going to tell you guys the brand or anything, but it's pretty awesome. I could drive about 650 kilometers on a charge. Charging takes 20 minutes, costs about $15 US, which is awesome. But yeah, again, it's not an ad. So we're heading to the Shanghai Auto Show today. And I know you guys want to see like the latest cars, the latest technology out of China, but don't forget there's also a lot of brands there from overseas because China, unlike other places, it doesn't block foreign cars, foreign brands from selling here, which is pretty awesome. Now, I'm going to show you guys a bit of that, but my main reason for heading there today is actually to chat with people, people interested in cars, people in the car industry, about the current situation in the world, especially around tariffs, and also the fact that Chinese vehicles are just absolutely amazing, and so many people around the world don't get to enjoy them. So I want to find out what people think the future might hold, what would be an ideal future. Can the Chinese work with the Americans? I think that'd be pretty awesome, but let's see what people there have to say. So yeah, let's go and check out the 21st Shanghai Auto Show.
What do you think American people least understand about Chinese EVs?
I think American people in general don't understand Chinese EVs because, you know, if you don't have it, you cannot understand it. You have to sit inside, you have to drive it. Because, you know, originally like Geely and Chery and BYD, they were making quite cheap but bad quality cars, like back before, like, you know, in 2000s, let's say. But now it's totally different level. Now like BYD, Chery, Geely, they're top, over the top. So people still maybe somehow feel that it's not a really good car because of some stereotypes. But when my friends coming here, they're like, whoa, really? This is Chinese car? I cannot believe it. Like, you're joking me. It's impossible, you know? But actually, yeah, that's what we get used to. So I hope, you know, in the future, if the tariffs go down, people can see these cars in American streets. And I believe it might kill a lot of American brands in US because nobody gonna buy Ford if you have, let's say, Zeekr. You know, it's just pointless to buy Ford.
What do you think of Chinese EVs?
They are at the next level, I would say.
Really?
Advanced.
Which part do you think is...
Technologically advanced. Design is very radical, not like the standard cars that we are used to see.
In India, do you have many Chinese EVs?
No, we only have BYD operating in India.
What is your favorite Chinese car brand?
Difficult to say. There are a lot of new brands that I've seen today, but Chang'an Avatar was nice. Neo is good.
Do you think Chinese cars will become more popular in India?
Right now, difficult to say because of the political situation between the two countries. But keeping politics aside, if Chinese cars, I mean, Indians love this kind of designs and tech. So it's high-tech designs are very new age. So such kind of designs and tech will work in India.
Radical, you said before.
Yeah.
Radical design.
Yes.
Do you think maybe Indian and Chinese could work together in the future to build cars? Maybe build them in India?
I think it's always possible.
Cadillac 不是个美国的公司吗？
是。
那跟上海有什么关系？
跟上海有什么关系？上汽通用是在1996年和 哦，不对，应该说美国通用是在1996年和上汽集团结缘，成立了合资公司。之后，他们就开始陆续把雪佛兰、别克和凯迪拉克的一些很主流的、很受消费者欢迎的车给陆陆续续国产了。所以今天在这个展台里，除了这辆凯雷的 IQ， 其余都是上汽通用国产的车。
那么现在有一个关税战，你觉得会影响电动车什么的，特别是在中国制造的？
对国产来说不会影响，因为中国的汽车产业链已经非常完整和完备了。像你今天看到的这些国产的凯迪拉克，它里面可以说90%以上的零部件都来自于中国国内的供应链，所以不会受到关税战的影响。
那么出口呢？不能到美国出口，不能到欧洲什么的，会很贵吗？
我记得昨天特朗普有松口，对吧？说不能征收那么高的税
啊。那你觉得他会继续松起来吗？
我觉得关税战一定会双方有一个合约达成，一定会结束。它是不能一直持续下去的，是对两国人民都会有伤害的，对吧？别说政府了，老百姓也不愿意啊，美国老百姓也不愿意，中国消费者也不愿意，所以它一定会结束，我相信。
你觉得会到什么程度呢？
这我就不敢妄自猜测了。
你希望呢？
我希望全球化可以一直持续下去，对吧？因为我也很喜欢去国外玩，去潜水，去看世界，所以我觉得整个地球应该和谐繁荣，才是正道。
Awesome. Now, I mentioned to you guys earlier that while I was at the auto show, I was given a VIP look at China's most expensive car, which is this beauty from Hongqi called Guoli, totally bespoke, featuring real gold fixtures, traditional Chinese art, and even hand-stitched embroidery on the ceiling. This car is so exclusive and such a piece of art that most of the people who buy it are extremely wealthy people, including the King of Malaysia. Okay, I know you guys really want to know how much this car would set you back. Well, the bespoke Hongqi Guoli will cost you a cool US $1.42 million. Well, I'll take two then. And on that note, that will be it for today, you guys. But as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How much pressure is it going to take for Trump to admit he was wrong and cancel his tariffs on China? Or is that never going to happen? Let me know down below, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help the channel. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.